What's up, everybody? Welcome back to CultureVoyage. Today, we're flying to a country with more history than a history book, Poland. Stunning cities, breathtaking landscapes, and food. Glorious food. Pierogis, kielbasa, bigos. It's all delicious. We're your guides to the top places you can't miss in Poland. So hit that subscribe button, grab your passport, and let's embark on this epic Polish adventure. First up, we're in Warsaw, the capital of Poland, and let me tell you, this city is a fighter. Warsaw has seen it all. Wars, uprisings, you name it. But through it all, this city just keeps bouncing back, stronger than ever. Rebuilt brick by brick with the same heart and soul that makes this city special. You can feel that resilience everywhere you go. Let's talk pierogis, because you can't come to Poland and not stuff your face with these little pockets of heaven. In Warsaw, you'll find pierogi everywhere, from street vendors to fancy restaurants. Classic potato and cheese, savory meat-filled, even sweet pierogis with blueberries. And the best part? They're cheap! You can get a giant plate for like $5. Seriously, what's not to love?
I'm no expert, but I've demolished a plate or two. The pierogis in Warsaw are top-notch. Soft dough, flavorful fillings, pure comfort food bliss. Go on a pierogi pilgrimage while you're in Warsaw. Trust me, your taste buds will thank you.
Next stop, we're heading to Krakow, one of the oldest and most beautiful cities in Poland. It's like stepping back in time, but with way better Wi-Fi. Krakow's Old Town is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Cobblestone streets, medieval architecture, horse-drawn carriages. Wawel Castle, home to Polish royalty for centuries. Krakow is also a vibrant modern city with a killer nightlife scene. No trip to Krakow is complete without visiting Wawel Hill, home to the legendary Wawel dragon. Legend says a clever cobbler tricked the dragon with a sulfur-stuffed sheep. You can still see its lair at the foot of the hill. While you're there, grab a drink at one of the many bars and restaurants. Just keep an eye out for any stray fireballs.
All right, Gdansk. This city is like the coolest kid in school, who also happens to be super old and wise. We're talking over 1,000 years of history on the Baltic Sea. Vikings, traders, you name it, they've all been through here, and you can feel that energy when you walk these streets.
Cobblestone alleys, colourful buildings that look like they're straight out of a storybook, and this incredible port that's still bustling with life.
You know I love a good story, and Gdansk has stories for days. This place was a major player in the Hanseatic League, which was like the ultimate trading club back in the day. We're talking serious wealth, power, and probably some epic parties too.
But it's not all stuck in the past. Gdansk has this vibrant modern energy. Think cool cafes, street art popping up everywhere, and this amazing food scene we're going to dive into. Seriously, get your appetite ready.
Now, you can't talk about Gdansk without mentioning the shipyards. This is where history was made, literally. The Solidarity movement, which helped bring down the Iron Curtain, started right here. Powerful stuff.
Today, the shipyards are being transformed into cultural spaces, museums, and even cool event venues. It's like this incredible blend of the past and the future, all in one place.
Oh, and speaking of transformations, let's talk about the food. Remember all that fresh seafood I mentioned? Yeah, Gdansk does not disappoint. We're talking fish straight from the Baltic, piled high on your plate. Don't worry, land lovers, there's plenty for you too. But seriously, when in Gdansk, eat the seafood. You won't regret it. Trust me on this one.
Next stop, Wrocław. This city is like a hidden gem, tucked away in western Poland. And let me tell you, it's full of surprises. First of all, we're on a dwarf hunt. Yeah, you heard me right. Wrocław is famous for these little bronze dwarf statues scattered all over the city. They're hidden in plain sight, on buildings, street corners, even chilling out on lampposts.
Legend has it the dwarfs were brought here to protect the city. But honestly, I think they're just here to make exploring more fun. It's like a real-life scavenger hunt, and trust me, you'll get hooked. And while you're searching for those mischievous little fellas, take a minute to soak in the beauty of this place. Wrocław is situated on the Oder River, and it's got more bridges than any other city in Poland. Seriously, we're talking over 100 bridges connecting all these islands and canals. It's like a mini Venice, but with less gondola traffic and way more dwarfs. Each island has its own unique vibe. You've got Ostrotumski, the oldest part of the city with its stunning cathedral and peaceful atmosphere. Then there's Rienek, the market square, where you can grab some amazing street food and soak in the energy of the city.
And as the sun sets, Wrocław transforms. The bridges light up, reflecting off the water, and the whole city takes on this magical glow. Find a spot by the river, grab a Polish craft beer, they make some good ones here, and just enjoy the view. Wrocław is a city that sneaks up on you. It's charming, it's quirky, and it's definitely worth spending a few days getting lost in.
All right, adventure time. We're heading south to Zakopane, Poland's mountain playground. If you're into stunning scenery, fresh air, and activities that get your heart pumping, this is the place for you.
Nestled at the foot of the Tatra Mountains, Zakopane is like stepping into a postcard. Think snow-capped peaks, lush green valleys, and these traditional wooden houses that look like they belong in a fairy tale.
Now, Zakopane is known for its skiing, and we're not talking little bunny slopes here. These are some serious slopes, perfect for experienced skiers and snowboarders looking for a challenge. But don't worry, there are plenty of beginner-friendly options too.
But Zakopane isn't just a winter destination. In the summer, the mountains transform into a hiker's paradise. We're talking trails winding through meadows, past waterfalls, and up to some breathtaking views.
After a day of exploring, it's time to experience the cozy side of Zakopane. Imagine curling up by a fireplace in a traditional wooden inn, sipping on hot chocolate, and just soaking in the mountain vibes.
And of course, we can't forget about the food. Zakopane is known for its hearty, stick-to-your-ribs cuisine. Think smoked cheeses, grilled meats, and, you guessed it, more pierogi.
But the real star of the show here is something called oskipek. It's a smoked sheep's cheese that's grilled over an open fire and then served with cranberry sauce. Trust me, it's a flavor explosion.
Zakopane is the perfect blend of adventure and relaxation. It's a place to challenge yourself, reconnect with nature, and indulge in some seriously delicious food. Don't miss it. All right, guys, buckle up, because we're heading straight into the heart of nature. Białowieża Forest, the last remaining primeval forest in Europe. This place is seriously old school. We're not talking about your average city park here. This forest is massive, sprawling across thousands of acres, towering trees that have been standing for centuries. This forest is teeming with wildlife, birds, lynx, and European bison. These guys are massive, like walking refrigerators with horns. So grab your hiking boots because we're about to get wild in Białowieża Forest. Now I know what you're thinking. Bison? Aren't those just big hairy cows? You clearly haven't met a bison up close. These creatures are majestic, powerful, and surprisingly agile. We're going on a bison safari, a jeep tour through the forest. Spotting a bison in the wild is way cooler than at the zoo. Our guide told us about the bison's history and conservation. It's amazing these animals are thriving in Białowieża today. Alright guys, forget skyscrapers and modern architecture. We're stepping back to knights' castles and epic battles. Explore Malbork Castle, the largest brick castle in the world. Yeah, you heard that right, brick. This place is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, built in the 13th century by the Teutonic Knights. It's like a medieval fairy tale, but with way more history. Over 2 million bricks, all laid by hand centuries ago. The scale of construction and manpower is mind-boggling. A testament to human ingenuity and impressive structures. The history here is as thick as the castle walls. Malbork has seen wars, sieges, and royal banquets. Walking through its gates is like stepping into a time capsule. Now, this castle is massive. We're talking about over 130,000 square meters of courtyards, chambers, and secret passages. It's easy to get lost in its labyrinthine corridors, but hey, that's all part of the adventure, right? We spent hours exploring the castle, from the Grand Master's chambers to the armory, where suits of armor and medieval weapons lined the walls. We even climbed to the top of the main tower, which offered breathtaking views of the surrounding countryside. But the coolest part? The Castle Museum. They had all sorts of artifacts on display, ancient maps, medieval weaponry, and even some creepy torture devices. Let's just say, I'm glad I wasn't alive back then. As we wandered through the castle, I couldn't help but feel a sense of awe and wonder. It's amazing to think about the people who lived and worked within these walls centuries ago. Their lives were so different from ours. Yet there's a strange connection we feel to the past when we immerse ourselves in places like Malbork Castle. Okay guys, get ready for a trip underground, but not just any underground. We're going deep into the Wieliczka salt mine, a UNESCO World Heritage Site that's been around for over 700 years. This is a journey into a subterranean world carved entirely out of salt. We're talking about a network of tunnels and chambers that stretch for over 300 kilometers, with chapels, statues, and even chandeliers sculpted entirely from salt. We had to descend into the mine, which involved taking a rickety old elevator. Let's just say I was holding my breath the whole way down. The air grew cool and damp, and I could taste the salt in the air. It was like stepping into another world. Now, the Wieliczka salt mine takes the cake. The craftsmanship here is mind-blowing. Massive chambers, intricate carvings, and a replica of Leonardo da Vinci's Last Supper. The Chapel of St. Kinga, with salt crystal chandeliers, sparkles like diamonds. It's a space so vast and ornate, it rivals any above-ground church. Life-size statues, all carved from salt, created by miners over generations. A testament to human ingenuity and beauty in unexpected places. Alright guys, we're in Lodz, and this place is like the Brooklyn of Poland. Seriously! It used to be all about textiles, like giant factories pumping out fabric 24/7, but then something cool happened. They took these massive industrial spaces, you know, the ones with exposed brick and huge windows, and turned them into art galleries, studios, and performance spaces. It's like walking into a time capsule, but instead of dinosaurs, you get cutting-edge art. And the street art here? Forget about it. It's everywhere, exploding with colour and creativity. It's like the whole city is a canvas. So if you're into that raw industrial vibe with an artistic twist, Lodz is your jam. Trust me, this place will surprise you. One of the coolest things about Lodz is that it's still kind of undiscovered. Like, you won't find hordes of tourists here, which is awesome. You can really soak in the local vibes, grab some authentic Polish grub and just chill. And speaking of chill, the nightlife in Lodz is where it's at. Underground bars, live music venues, you name it. These guys know how to party. Plus, Lodz is super walkable. You can easily explore on foot and stumble upon hidden gems like quirky cafes, vintage shops, and secret gardens. This city is all about embracing the unexpected, and that's what makes it so damn cool. Next stop, Szczecin. This city is all about that maritime life, guys. We're talking massive ships, bustling harbours, and the smell of salt in the air. You can practically taste the adventure. Szczecin has this cool, laid-back vibe, like a beach town that also happens to be a major port. And the history here is off the charts. It's been ruled by everyone from the Swedes to the Prussians, which means one thing: castles. And let me tell you, the ducal castle in Szczecin is no joke. It's like something out of a fairy tale, with towers, courtyards, and enough history to fill a textbook. You can almost imagine knights and princesses roaming the halls. But the best part? The views from the castle are insane. You can see the whole city sprawling out before you, with the Oder River winding its way through it. Now, don't get me wrong, Szczecin is more than just boats and castles. It also has this amazing park called Kasprowicz Park, which is like the central park of Szczecin. It's perfect for a relaxing stroll, a bike ride, or just chilling out with a good book. And if you're lucky, you might even catch a concert or festival happening there. And let's not forget the food. Szczecin is known for its fresh seafood, straight from the Baltic Sea. So make sure you grab some fish and chips, or try the local specialty, paprika's Szczeciński, which is like a spicy fish paste. Trust me, it's way better than it sounds. So yeah, Szczecin is definitely a city that surprised me. It's got history, culture, nature, and some seriously good eats. Alright folks, get ready for a sugar rush because we're headed to Torun, the gingerbread capital of Poland. And yes, it's every bit as delicious as it sounds. This city is straight out of a storybook, with its medieval architecture, cobblestone streets, and the aroma of gingerbread wafting through the air. It's like stepping back in time, but with better snacks. And the gingerbread here isn't just your average cookie. They take it seriously, crafting intricate designs and using traditional recipes passed down through generations. We're talking works of art you can eat. But Torun is more than just gingerbread, although that's definitely a major highlight. It's also the birthplace of Nicholas Copernicus, the guy who figured out that the Earth revolves around the sun. So naturally, Torun has a pretty impressive planetarium. It's one of the most modern in Europe, and let me tell you, it's mind-blowing. You can explore the cosmos, learn about constellations, and even experience what it's like to walk on the moon. And after your cosmic adventure, you can wander through the charming old town, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's a maze of narrow streets lined with colourful buildings, hidden courtyards, and charming cafes. And if you're looking for a unique souvenir, forget magnets and keychains. Get yourself a gingerbread masterpiece. They last forever, or at least until you can't resist eating them anymore. Torun is a city that will capture your heart and your sweet tooth. It's a perfect blend of history, culture, and of course, gingerbread. Alright guys, picture this. Miles of pristine beaches, the Baltic breeze in your hair and the sun on your face. No, it's not California, it's Hel Peninsula. This place is like a little slice of surfer paradise right here in Poland. We're talking soft white sand stretching as far as the eye can see. Perfect for catching some rays, building epic sandcastles, or just chilling with a good book. Of course, no beach day is complete without a dip in the water. Plus, there's plenty of space for swimming, kayaking, paddleboarding, you name it. Honestly, Hel Peninsula is one of those places that just makes you feel alive. Now, you might be thinking, okay, beaches are cool and all, but what else is there to do in Hel? But trust me, this place has got you covered. Hel is steeped in history. There's a fascinating history here, with old military bunkers, lighthouses and museums. And if you're a nature lover, you're in for a treat. Hel Peninsula is home to stunning nature reserves and parks. And the sunsets? Instagram dreams. So do yourself a favor, book that ticket, and get ready for an unforgettable destination in Poland. Okay folks, buckle up because we're heading to Poznan, one of the oldest cities in Poland. The main reason you're here is for the goats. Yeah, you heard me right, goats. Every single day at noon, these two mechanical goats come out and butt heads. No joke. The crowd goes wild when those goats start headbutting. It's just so wonderfully weird. One thing I love about Poznan is how walkable it is. Spend hours wandering the streets, discovering hidden courtyards, quirky shops and bakeries. Try the local specialty St. Martin's croissants. Flaky buttery heaven filled with sweet almond paste. Trust me, you won't be able to resist. Visit the National Museum for an impressive collection of Polish art. Head to the Imperial Castle Gardens for stunning views. Poznan might not be on everyone's radar, but it's a city that surprised me. Alright, we gotta talk about Krakow's Jewish quarter, Kazimierz. This place is like stepping back in time, but with a modern twist. Centuries old, this neighborhood has seen it all, from its vibrant beginnings to the darkness of World War II. It's heavy stuff, but trust me, Kazimierz's spirit persevered. Today it's an explosion of art, culture, and some of the best food in Krakow. Seriously, bring your appetite. We're talking authentic kugel, mouth-watering falafel, and enough hummus to satisfy any craving. So come explore the synagogues, the hidden courtyards, the vintage shops. Just get lost in the energy of Kazimierz. You won't regret it. Walking through these streets, you can feel the weight of history. but also this incredible energy, this zest for life. It's a beautiful mix. Make sure you check out Plaknowy, the heart of Kazimierz. Grab some zapiekanki, which is basically a Polish pizza bagel thing. Trust me, it's better than it sounds. And if you're into live music, Kazimierz is the spot. Jazz clubs, traditional klezmer music. It's a feast for your ears. Yeah, Kazimierz is a must-see in Krakow. It's a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope and life find a way. Okay, let's be real for a second. One of the main reasons you're watching this is for the food, right? And in Poland, it's all about the pierogi. These little dumplings are like the national treasure of Poland, and for good reason. They're like little pockets of pure deliciousness. You've got your savory pierogi, stuffed with potato and cheese, or maybe some sauerkraut and mushroom. Oh, and don't even get me started on the meat-filled ones. And then there are the sweet pierogi, like blueberry or strawberry. Pro tip, get a mix of both, you won't regret it. But listen, Poland's culinary scene is way more than just pierogi, although they're pretty amazing. I mean, you gotta try the bigos. It's this hunter's stew, kinda like a Polish version of chili. And for you carnivores out there, the kielbasa is off the hook. Smoked sausages, grilled sausages, you name it, Poland's got it. Don't forget about the zapiekanka we talked about earlier, and the obłacanek, which is like a Krakow pretzel. And the desserts. Don't even get me started. Point is, come to Poland hungry because you're gonna eat well here. So there you have it, my friends. The top 15 must-visit places in Poland. From the bustling streets of Warsaw to the tranquil beauty of the Tatra Mountains, Poland has something for everyone. This country stole a piece of my heart, and I know it will for you too. Just remember to pack your appetite, your sense of adventure, and maybe learn a few Polish phrases. It goes a long way. Don't forget to smash that like button if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe to CultureVoyage for more travel adventures. And tell me in the comments below, where in Poland are you dying to visit? Until next time, take care of yourself, your family, friends and neighborhood. See you soon on CultureVoyage.